All right, let's shift gears now, guys, and let's talk defense. All right, let's start on the defensive line and more specifically at the edge position. At the edge position, boy, oh boy, does this look good. Micah Parsons at the top of the list with a 91.9 PFF grade. Just an unbelievable season that Micah's putting together. Pass rush grade of 93.2, run defense grade of 66.3, tackle grade of 78.2. Micah Parsons is just on fire. I cannot wait to see what he can do against this Bears offensive line tomorrow. Are they going to hold up and continue to play good football? Is Micah going to wreck shop like he was able to do against the Detroit Lions where he had 2.5 sacks? Number 2 on this list, Lukas Van Ness with a 73.4. Number 3 on this list, Montez Sweat with a 70.3. So Lukas Van Ness is actually grading out better. He's hurt right now, but he's played 6 games this year, a total of 168 snaps. He's actually grading out better than their best edge rusher in Montez Sweat. 4th on the list is Joe Tryon Shoyinka, if I'm saying that right. Shoyinka, maybe 69.4, only 90 snaps, but still grading out pretty solid, a 69.4. 5th on the list is our Rashan Gary with 501 snaps, a 68.2. His run defense grade is the best of all of these edge defenders that are listed. All 14 edge defenders between the Packers and the Bears roster that's listed with PFF grades. Rashan Gary has the highest run defense grade of 73.8. His pass rush grade, a 60.9 as it sits right now. Number 6 on the list, Kingsley Enagbare with a 64.3. 7 on the list is Austin Booker with a 58.1. 8th is Dominique Robinson from the Bears with a 54.8. Number 9 is Dayo Odeyingbo, if I'm saying it right. 54.1 for him on 369 snaps. Barron Sorrell and Brenton Cox Jr. are both tied in the number 10 spot, although Brenton Cox Jr. very minimal snaps, only 8 snaps. But Barron Sorrell and Brenton Cox Jr. are 53.5. And then you've got Tano Kapasaganon, 51.1. That's probably the toughest name we've ever tried to pronunciate. And then Shamar Turner, the rookie, right? We talked about him a lot this offseason. 34.4 for Shamar Turner. And then Daniel Hardy, edge defender, 28.8. So I think it's safe to say the Packers have the edge there. Micah Parsons, Lukas Van Ness is not playing. Micah Parsons is just absolutely dominant. Then they've got Montez Sweat. Then we got Rashan Gary and Kingsley Enagbare, who's grading out better than Booker and Odeyingbo. We'll just call it that. So yeah, I feel like the Packers edge room has the a pretty significant advantage there over the Bears edge room. Let's move along now to interior defensive line, defensive tackle spot here. And that is Packers and Bears defensive line rankings by PFF grades leading the way. Listen to this. Of all the defensive tackles between the Packers and the Bears roster, Kobe Wooden has the highest PFF grade at a 60.5 with a pass rush grade of 62.1. Second is Gervin Dexter Sr. with a 60.2 for the Bears. Then they've got Chris Williams with a 57.3. Then Carl Brooks, 56.7. Devontae Wyatt, 52.9. Of course, he's out for the year. Grady Jarrett, 52.8. Warren Brinson, 50.8. Although, keep in mind, Warren Brinson on this list has the 3rd best pass rush grade, and he's going to be our 3-tech most likely with a 69.1. Nazir Stackhouse, 46.0. Andrew Billings, 39.6. And then Jonathan Ford. Some people were saying, hey, can we get Jonathan Ford back? We're banged up at defensive tackle. 37.0 is Jonathan Ford's PFF grade as it sits right now. So when you look at this, Kobe Wooden is actually the best defensive tackle between these two teams, although you would have to kind of give them I would almost call it a push here when it comes to defensive tackle play because they've got 2 in the top 3. We've got 1, and then the number 4 spot belongs to us. Then 5 is Wyatt, who's hurt. I think it's pretty even here in terms of defensive tackles, who has the best defensive tackles on the roster. Let's move along now to stackbacker. Let's talk traditional linebacker position. Packers Bears linebacker rankings by PFF grades. The top of the list, did not have this on my bingo card this year, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah McDuffie, 80.0, played in 12 games, 343 snaps. My man is grading out at 80.0 with an 81.1 tackle grade, 73.6 coverage grade. Isaiah McDuffie has been playing freaking lights out here lately. Second on the list, TJ Edwards with a 75.1. Third on the list, DeMarco Jackson with a 75.0. Fourth, our Edgerrin Cooper at a 74.8. Fifth, our Tyron Hopper at a 73.9. In the sixth spot, there Tremaine Edmonds with a 72.1. Then our Christian Welch, only one snap, we'll throw it out, right? Then you got a guy, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. I'll spell it for you, though. Ogbongbemiga with a 59.2, only 70 snaps. Quay Walker with a 55.3, so PFF continues to grade him significantly lower. Ruben Hippolyte with a 46.7, then Noah Sewell with a 41.3. So you kind of look at this the same way you did the defensive tackles, right? Isaiah McDuffie, the best stack backer. TJ Edwards, DeMarco Jackson are 2 and 3. However, Edgerrin Cooper is within 0.2 of a point there of being in that mark. So this is kind of a push at stack backer. But when you include the third backer, Tyron Hopper, a little bit better than Tremaine Edmonds. So it's kind of I would say it's close enough for a push in terms of PFF grades. Again, when you look at their defensive rankings, when you watch the tape, I think the Packers have a significantly better stack backer crew than the Chicago Bears do. All right, moving along now, let's look at cornerbacks. All right, cornerbacks across these two teams. And according to PFF, Jalen Jones leads the way, only 36 snaps. He just came back, right, from injury. Or not, yeah, actually, maybe he just played. I get him and Jalen Johnson mixed up. Jalen Johnson just came back from injury. But Jalen Jones has only played 36 snaps, and he may still be banged up, as a matter of fact. But a 74.1 for him. Again, minimal snaps. You got to take that into consideration. Number 2 on this list at cornerback, guys, and again, it's slot corner, but still technically a cornerback position, with 553 or 543 snaps, Javon Bullard, 67.9. Let's freaking go. Now, is Bullard going to play? That's going to be the big question, right? I think he's supposed to be a game time decision, so we'll find out about that before kickoff tomorrow, unless he's already inactive. If you guys know that, throw it in the chat for everybody. I haven't had a chance to really look at the chat, but we'll come back in here, like I said, here in a second, and comb through the Twitter news and get y'all the breaking news on Jaden Reed returning and being active for tomorrow. But Javon Bullard, yeah, man, as Joe Pack Joe says, get him, Bullard having a hell of a year. I can't wait till he's completely healthy again. Number 3 on the list, Carrington Valentine with a 67.0. 4 on the list, Keisean Nixon with a 65.8. 5th on the list, only 3 snaps, but Josh Blackwell with a 64.7. Kamal Hadden, 62.3, only 31 snaps. Rashan Wright with a 62.0. Tyreek Stevenson, who is out in this game, with a 60.9. Kyler Gordon, 59.2. Jalen Johnson, only 53 snaps this year, but a 58.1. So we'll see if he's going to be his old self or he's going to continue to play down to that 58.1 level. Nate Hobbs, 56.8. That has been on the outside. If he fills in for Bull tomorrow and he actually plays slot corner and they keep him at slot and keep Valentine on the field, I'm interested to see what his grade looks like and how effective he looks there in the slot tomorrow. Then Nick McLeod with a 46.4. So when you look at this list, if you throw Jalen Jones out there at the top of the list with only 36 snaps, right? So we have to throw Kamal Hadden out. We have the number 1, 2, and 3 highest graded, according to PFF, cornerbacks that are playing in this game. All right. Then they've got Josh Blackwell. That's just 3 snaps. Throw it out. Their top graded corner is Rashan Wright with a 62.0. Then Tyreek Stevenson with a 60.9, who's not playing. Kyler Gordon. So their cornerback room, they better hope Jalen Johnson gets to old form really, really quick, because right now they are looking like cheeks in that cornerback room, which explains why they're a bottom 5 defense across the league as it sits right now. They're taking the ball away, don't get me wrong, but definitely something to – I wonder how many interceptions. If anybody in the chat has a second, let everybody in the chat know how many interceptions that Tyreek Stevenson has on the year, seeing that he's out in this game. I'm interested to see. He may be one of those guys that's picking a lot of those passes off. So that would be an interesting stat to see. So, all right, moving along to the last thing we're going to break down, which are the safeties in this matchup. And their safety, Kevin Byard, is playing really, really good football. And I know he has several interceptions this year. I'm almost positive he has multiple interceptions. But Kevin Byard, 79.9. He is playing great football. That's the guy in the secondary that you want to know where he's at and make sure that you're kind of, I don't want to say you avoid him, but just know where he's at and try to take advantage of some of the weaker spots in the defense in the secondary as opposed to throwing into the teeth where Byard's playing really, really good football this year. Second on this list is Xavier McKinney with a 75.2. Number 3 on the list is Evan Williams with a 72.7. He leads the Packers with interceptions this year. Number 4, Elijah Hicks, only 37 snaps, but a 72.1. Then Jaquan Brisker with a 61.6. Katano Ladapo, Zane Anderson, both around the 60 mark, but only 2 snaps. We'll throw those out. CJ Gardner-Johnson, 489 snaps, a 53.5. And then Simone Biles, Jonathan Owens, 43 snaps, 46.9 is his PFF grade. So when you look at the safety room, Byard is playing, according to PFF, better than McKinney and Evan Williams. However, they're right there on his heels in the same within 5 points as McKinney of Byard. I don't think there's anybody in the league that would, if you could pick between those two safeties, they would take Byard over McKinney. So that is what it is. And Evan Williams being the third best right there at a 72.7. Elijah Hicks with those minimal snaps throw out to 72.1. The Packers definitely have the better safety group in terms of the 1-2 punch there. So again, I just wanted to kind of change things up there for you guys and gals and let you know exactly what was going on in terms of the PFF grades. We've never done that before. We just took, okay, the two teams this week, let's go position by position and look at the PFF grades. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this video back later. Let me know about the defense. What did you think about those grades? How they all stacked up? How they ranked? Is there anything you disagree with? Is there players that we may have missed? Is there maybe a player you think's graded too high? We want to hear from you in the comments as you're watching this video back later. Also, make sure you hit subscribe and click that bell icon so you are notified when we go live in the future. Ari Iron Miner in the chat says, beautiful work. Thank you. Thank you, Ari. That was a lot of information. I'm glad we got through it. I wanted it to go quick. I didn't want to bore you guys, but I just thought that'd be a cool little exercise to kind of go through real quick. I'm glad we had a chance to do it. Now, let's jump over to Twitter real quick and see if we can get some information on what all of the news that you guys and gals just broke for me. I've got a Packers news tab. You'll bear with me here, and I'm going to earmark this so we can just cut it out in a separate video here in a little bit. Let's see here. What's thriving? There it is. Let's go with Bill Huber's tweet. I really like the way Bill Huber does everything. I could probably dive into his article too if y'all wanted to, but I know he gave me permission before. If we ever want to show his article on the show, we're welcome to do that. So this is Bill Huber's reporting of it. All right, as he tweeted out. I'm gonna go ahead and earmark this. We'll cut this up in a separate video for everybody.